Hello and welcome to Mountain Cat News. I'm Adam Prevade.
And I'm Kristen Badu, here with this week's top stories. A Louisiana man has been indicted after displaying hangman's nooses during a civil rights march. We'll have more on that in a moment. Congress has been debating a bill to make a photo ID mandatory for voting. Find out more on that in just a few minutes. And finally, a massive winter storm left over 300 people stranded on a stretch of Southern California highway. We'll have more on that later in the show.
A man has been indicted on federal charges for allegedly displaying hangman's nooses from the back of a pickup truck during a civil rights march last year in Jena, Louisiana. Jeremiah Munson, 18, of Grant Parish, repeatedly drove slowly past a group of marchers gathered at a bus depot in Alexandria, which is near Jena, as they awaited buses to return them to Tennessee, federal authorities said Thursday. As many as 20,000 marchers had taken part in the huge protest in Jena. Authorities there had been accused of injustice in the handling of racially charged cases, including the hanging of nooses in a tree, after a group of black high school students sat in an area where traditionally only white students sat. The noose incident at Jena was the beginning of months of racial tension that included the beating of a white student, allegedly by 6 black classmates. The black students were prosecuted, but the 3 white students responsible for the nooses in the tree were not. Munson and an unnamed conspirator had attached nooses to their pickup on September 20th and driven to Alexander specifically to threaten and intimidate the marchers, the authorities said. A juvenile passenger was apprehended with Munson, according to the arresting officer's report. The juvenile told police he and his family are in the Ku Klux Klan and that he had KKK tattooed on his chest, the police report said. He also said that he tied the nooses and that brass knuckles found in the truck belonged to him. U.S. Attorney General Donald Washington said the indictment includes violation of civil rights laws as well as federal hate crime laws. Washington and Grace Chung Becker, acting head of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division, announced the indictment, issued by a grand jury in Shreveport, Louisiana. A photograph of the truck was sent to CNN by iReporter Casanova Love, 26, who said he is in the U.S. military. He was visiting his family in Louisiana and said he witnessed the event. Love added that he feared what might have happened if the police had not stepped in.
Requires voters to show a photo ID at the polls for the upcoming election. Supporters of this law, mostly Republicans, say it is a way to prevent voter fraud. Opponents, mostly Democrats, believe this bill would discriminate against minorities, the poor, and the elderly. Many of these citizens do not have a driver's license or other forms of photo ID. Some states try to pass their own laws, such as Kansas. Last year, a photo ID bill was passed by the Senate, but was defeated in the House by a 2-vote margin. A similar result occurred in Wisconsin. Since 2002, 7 states have passed photo ID laws: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Missouri, and Florida. All but Florida have resulted in legal battles. Indiana has the strictest regulations. Every voter must have a valid ID containing the voter's photograph, the voter's name, exactly matching the name on the voter registration record, and an expiration date. Indiana voters without valid ID must fill out a provisional ballot. This ballot is not counted unless the voter travels to the county seat and presents proper ID within 10 days. Surprisingly, an ID is not required when registering to vote. Michael Waldman of the Brennan Center, a nonpartisan organization that studies voter issues, believes voting should be made easier for people. He also states that no one in the country has ever been convicted of voter fraud. Daniel P. Tukaji, a professor at Ohio State University who helped prepare a report for the U.S. Election Assistance Commission, states, "If you're going to cheat, the easiest way is to do so through mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots do not require photo ID, making the bill seem pointless."
The California Highway Patrol said jackknifed tractor-trailers Thursday blocked a stretch of Interstate 5 in Southern California, stranding at least 300 people on a snowy mountain pass. According to Highway Patrol Officer Mark Ellie, emergency crews worked to open the highway for 300 to 400 vehicles traveling north and south on I-5's Tejon Pass near Gorman. A winter storm watch remained in effect for the region until 10 o'clock p.m. Friday, according to the National Weather Service, and another 1 to 2 feet of snow was possible above 4,000 feet, including the Tejon Pass. Ellie said Red Cross workers were passing out food. No motorists were in any danger, however, during the long wait in 6 inches of newly fallen snow. Wendy Gardner, a pub manager in Pine Mountain Club, told the Associated Press that abandoned cars were everywhere. Gardner said that they got hit around 2:30, and it hasn't stopped since. Ellie said he expects the massive traffic jam to end by noon Thursday at the earliest. The area hasn't had a scene such as this in about 7 years. Travel through the area was highly discouraged, the Weather Service said, warning of gusty winds and drifting snow that could reduce visibility to near zero. Heavy rain played havoc in lower-lying areas of Southern California. Santa Barbara reported a record rainfall Wednesday of 4.16 inches in 24 hours, and at Santa Barbara Airport, according to the National Weather Service, smashing the old record of 2.5 inches set in 1943. In Long Beach, rain forced 11 residents of an apartment building to find shelter elsewhere after a tarp on a roof under construction failed, according to the Long Beach Press-Telegram. Forecasters expect that more snow is still to come. And now let's send it to Kristen Lyons in the newsroom.
This is Kristen Lyons in the newsroom. It seems that the stories of missing college students keep coming in, and this week names yet another. Police say they believe a 19-year-old college student who mysteriously disappeared from a friend's home over the weekend was kidnapped. Brianna Dennison, 19, is a psychology student at Santa Barbara City College in California. Dennison was last seen around 4 a.m. Sunday when she went to sleep on her friend's couch after a night of partying. Police said drops of blood were left on a pillow she used and a teddy bear her friend gave her is missing. The home's front door had reportedly been left unlocked overnight. Authorities say her purse, cell phone, and clothing were left at the home undisturbed. Family members Monday night pleaded for her help and her safe return. They described Dennison as caring and responsible. Dennison was sober the night she vanished and had planned to pack Monday to go back to Santa Barbara. Reno police Tuesday also said there doesn't appear to be a connection between Dennison's disappearance and separate attacks late last year on 2 female students near the University of Nevada, Reno campus. Young women are encouraged to travel in groups, also known as the buddy system, and to be aware of their surroundings, especially at night. Stay safe, UPJ. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Kristen. Stick around after the break for much more of your Mountain Cat news.